Afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Bailey. I'm going to be your both instructor and your host for this Healthy Workplace Month session. So I want to thank you all for joining our strength and conditioning class on behalf of the Healthy Hospital Working Group. Just a quick intro. On your screen here, you'll see a QR code. As part of today's session, you do have a chance to be entered into the grand prize draw happening at the beginning of November. So you can either scan this QR code now and fill it out later. I'll also be putting the link in the chat for you as well. It's just a quick feedback form on today's session, and then that way you'll be entered to win a gift card afterwards and lots of goodies up for grabs. So without any more delay, I'm just going to throw that link in the chat, and then we will get started with our workout today. All right, so it is there. If anyone needs to hop out early today, that's all good. We're going to get started with our warm-up. So we're going to bring it on over to our mat, come to a standing position. I want you to start with just some nice deep breaths as you do, reaching up nice and tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, we're going to release those arms down and repeat just a few more times. Really fill those lungs up. Nice big exhale to relax. One more here. And release. Staying with your deep breathing. We're going to come in for a few arm swings. Try to loosen up those shoulders. So bringing our arms once again up to the ceiling and then letting them gently fall. Excellent. And repeating this time, we're going to open and close with the shoulders. So as we inhale, come on, give yourself a nice big hug. Exhale, we're going to open up nice and wide. Try and get a little stretch of the chest. Really squeeze those shoulder blades. And repeat here. Hope everyone's having a fabulous Monday so far. Getting this nice, gorgeous weather throughout October. Don't get this very often. All right, let's relax those arms down for a moment. Give everything a little shake if you like. And we're just going to gently twist our body side to side next. Try to warm up the spine. As you're turning, if you can try and keep your chin and chest in line with each other, it's going to help us from overextending our back a little bit while still getting nice movement. And we're going to take it one more to each side. And come on back to the center. All right, next up, I'm going to have you walk your feet out so they're roughly about shoulder width apart. And we're going to just slightly angle out our toes and come down for a few body weight squats just to get that lower body warmed up. So as we're coming down, I want you to keep those knees in line with the toes, really sitting back in the hips as if you have a chair behind you. But nothing too strenuous right now. Just want to get those muscles a little warm. Okay, can we try and go for 3 more? 2. And our last one. Excellent job. Let's walk those feet out a little bit farther. If you can take a step more out with each. And here we're going to keep our chin and chest facing forward and just gently drop our weight from side to side, come to a little side lunge. Should feel that little stretch happening on the inner thighs as we do. And once again, just sticking with nice deep breathing. Get that oxygen flowing through the body. Okay, can we take it one more over each side? Excellent job, guys. Come on back up to standing. We're going to keep our feet nice and wide, but we're just going to shift so that we're turning about 90 degrees and now facing more in a staggered position here. I want you to try and drop that back knee down if you can. And we're going to lean forward, feeling that front of the hips start to open up a little bit. Just shifting your weight. Hold here for just a couple more seconds. And then bring it back up so we have that front knee back at a 90-degree angle. I want you to place your hand to the inside of the foot. And with that opposite arm, we're going to open up, get a little twist through the back. stay here for about one breath and then bring it back down and repeat one more time. Nice big breath, opening up, keeping your eye up on those fingers and release back down. Let's switch legs. So we're going to bring that back leg forward. Starting off first with that nice low lunge, shifting our weight, open up the front of the hips. And let's place that hand down, bringing our knee back to 90. Same thing, open up nice and wide. One breath. And then bring it back down. Last time for this one. And come on back down. Okay, we can come back up to standing. We're just going to finish up getting those hamstrings nice and warm before we jump in. So I'm going to have you bring one foot out in front of you. I want you to point your toes up towards the ceiling. And from here, we're going to hinge forward at our hips, bringing our hands to either side of the foot. And coming down for this sweeping motion and up to standing. Let's take it on over to the other side. Same thing, hinging forward at the hips, sweeping either side of the foot and up tall. Let's go for two more on each leg. And then we will hop right into our first round of the workout. Last ones here. Fantastic job, guys. Give everything a little shake. Hopefully we're nice and warm now. All right, so anyone joining for the first time, first, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here today. What to expect? We do utilize some dumbbells as an option if you would like to for these movements. So if you have a small set of dumbbells, alternatively, if you have water bottles and super round, anything that you can use for some extra resistance, you do have that as an option in this class. Also, body weight works fabulous as well, especially if any of these movements are new. We're going to start off our first round focusing primarily on these lower body muscles. So we're going to go through 4 exercises with a combination of strength building and a little bit of cardio as well. First round, we're going to go through all together, really trying to get the form down, take our time, make sure we feel comfortable with the movement. And then we're going to repeat those movements 2 more times, this time going back to back with a lot shorter break in between. So that heart rate's going to come right up. All right, so getting started today, we're going to start off with some squats. Really great way to get the whole body warmed up. So for our squats, I want you to walk your feet once again out to about that shoulder width. You might have to go a little bit farther if you've got some longer legs. From here, I want you to slightly angle out your toes so that way when we bend at the knees and hips to come down into our squat position, our knees are staying in line with the toes and they're not buckling in this way. So we're going to keep our face and chest facing forward, bending at the knees and hips, coming down, come to whatever level is most comfortable for you. Don't worry about taking it all the way down to the floor if that's not comfy. And at the bottom here, I want you to drive up through the heels to come all the way up to standing. Really try to get those glutes firing on the way up. Now, if you want to add a little bit of resistance, we can stack our dumbbells, our water bottles, whatever we have on top of the shoulders here. So it's just going to add that little bit of extra weight. So we'll get into position here. Deciding if you'd like to use your dumbbells or not. And we're going to go for 10 is our goal. If you need to adjust that number, absolutely do so. Your body feels like 8, 6, 12, whatever that is today. We're just going to use 10 as a general guideline. And when you're ready, let's squat down for that first one. Drive all the way up for 1. Drop it down for 2. Now I want you to inhale as we come down. Exhale as we're raising back up. Here we go, halfway point. There's 5. Can we get 5 more if we're sticking for 10? Job. Just remember, don't hold your breath. I promise breathing through it does make it a bit easier. Can we go for 3 more? 2. And now on this last one, I want you to stay nice and low. And here we're just going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Little extra burner to finish off there. Okay, next movement. We're just going to utilize 1 dumbbell or weight if you're choosing to use it. We can also do this body weight. So we're gonna walk our feet out once again, nice and wide, and very similar to that warm-up movement. We're gonna just slightly angle up those toes once again and come down for some side lunges. So standing up nice and tall, we're gonna bend at one knee, shifting our weight over, keeping our feet nice and flat. And we're gonna stack that weight on top of our opposite shoulder if you're choosing to use it. Now, as we come down, we're gonna make sure on our way up, once again, we're firing up through the heels, squeezing that glute to come up tall. And at the top here, we're gonna press that weight straight up towards the ceiling. Bring it back over, driving up, and press. We can do the exact same thing with no weight. You can still do that press, or you can just choose to hold your hands at your chest as well. So our goal here is going to be 8. We're going to do 4 on one side, switch over 4 on the other side. But just like our squats and all of our exercises today, you can change that number to whatever your body needs. I know it's Monday, probably a lot of us are a little tired from the weekend. So let's get started. Bring it on over to that first side, drop it down, drive up, and pressing up tall. Great job. 3, 2, and last one. Let's bring that weight over to the opposite shoulder if you're using it, and drop it down. Other side, and straight up. Once again, stay with your breathing. Inhale down, exhale as we press up. And let's try and get one more here. And straight up, fantastic. Okay, we're gonna sprinkle in a little bit of cardio for our next movement. So we're gonna do what I like to call some punch jacks. So we're gonna have 2 different levels here, depending on your comfort, how much cardio you wanna involve here. Now, the highest option, the most difficult one, we're gonna bring our hands up, kind of in front of our chest and face here, as we would getting into a bit of a fighter stance. We're gonna bring our feet out. Knees are just gonna be slightly bent, just like our jumping jack. We're gonna hop out. As we do, we're punching forward, bringing those legs back in. We're gonna return the arm. Opposite side, jump out and in. So full speed, a little something like this. Now, alternatively, we can keep one foot planted at all times. Just step out and punch, step and punch. And you can take that to whatever speed is good for you. If you want to make it extra, extra hard as well, you can also add a little bit of weight. Just be very careful as you're punching there. All right, so we're gonna go for 30 seconds. Do what you can in that 30 seconds. I will let you know when we are down to our last little stretch. So here we go, getting set up in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it, 30 seconds. So we're either hopping and punching, or we're gonna step and punch. Either way, I want some nice deep breathing here. And really powerful punches. Now's your chance, whoever's made you mad. The Monday morning, people don't know how to drive on Monday mornings. Maybe someone cut you off. Now's your chance to just picture them right in front of you. Great job, guys. Here we go. And we've got 3, 2, 1. Quick break. Okay. So take a second, catch your breath. When you're ready, we're going to take it down to our mat for our last movement for this round. All right. Coming down onto the floor, we're going to finish off with some glute bridges. So staying flat on our mat, we're going to bend at the knees so that feet are staying nice and secure, down on the floor. And starting with our entire upper body nice and flat on the mat. If you would like to use your weight, you can place it just on top of the hips for this movement. If you would like to go no weight, we're just going to place our hands to the side of the body. Now, from here, I want you to squeeze the glutes to help drive the hips up towards the ceiling. Hold at the top for just a moment, and then we're going to lower back down, tap to the floor, squeeze and raise, and repeat. If you have the weight, it'll look a little something like this. All right, so getting set up, our goal is going to be 10 for this exercise as well. When you are ready, let's do it. Coming up for that first one. Up and squeeze, lower down, and raise back up. So make sure as we're coming down, it's staying nice and slow and controlled, and we're not just letting our hips drop down towards the floor. You want to keep that muscle working throughout the whole movement. For this one, we're exhaling as we're squeezing up, inhaling as we come down to reset. Job, we're about halfway there. Now, if you're feeling any sort of pain or discomfort in the back of the legs here, what I want you to do is walk your heels in a little bit closer towards your glutes. Sometimes when we have it too far out, then we're putting more strain on the hamstrings and not utilizing those big glute muscles as much as we can. Here we go, we're down to our last couple and finishing strong. Fantastic job, guys. You place that weight to the side, and when you're ready, roll back up. So that's going to be our round. We're going to repeat those exercises 2 more times with a very short break in between. So that heart rate is going to come right up. So as a reminder, we're starting off with our squats that finish off with that short pulse, heading into our side lunges, going into our punch jacks, and then finishing off with our glute bridges. I'm going to be with you through the whole thing. Let's do it. Grab a quick sip of water if you need, and we're going to head right into that second round. All right, stacking the weights if we're using it. Walk those feet out, and let's come on down for our squats. Driving up and lower. Great job, everyone. I know squats are a really rough way to start a Monday. So you're doing fantastic. Just showing up's the hardest part, and you've already done that. Let's keep it going. Almost there. And 3, 2. Remember, we're staying low on this last one, and we're going to pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Now, if we're using our weights, we can place one down. Let's walk our feet out nice and wide. Get ready for those lunges right away. Stacking that weight to the opposite leg. And here we go. Shift it over. Drive up and press. Lower down and press. Really important for this one. I want you to keep your chest and face facing forward. We don't want anyone hunched over, looking at the floor for this one. Just like I tell all my regulars in this class, nothing fun is happening on the floor right now. Last 2. And finishing up. Awesome job. We can place that weight down. Get ready for our cardio. Catch a quick breath in case anyone's doing some extra reps today. And let's get set for those punch jacks in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When you're ready. Whoever, whatever you were envisioning in front of you on the last one, maybe we got someone new for the second set. Maybe it's the same person. Whatever it's going to take to really get those punches out. You're doing fantastic. Break it up as many times as you need. Here we go. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick break. And let's head down for those glute bridges, taking it down onto the mat. And we can do body weight or with one dumbbell. Come on down flat, and 10 is our goal. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Squeeze it up. Get hold at the top for just a moment. And nice and slow and controlled down. You guys are doing fantastic. I know lower body's usually the hardest. That's why we do it first. Get those big muscles out of the way. Sticking with it. Take as many breaks if you need to reset in between any. We would much prefer lower reps, but done correctly. All right, we're almost there. Can we get about 4 more? And 3, 2, and final 1. Fantastic. Okay, give yourself a second before we come back up to seated. And take your time coming up so you don't give yourself a little head rush there. And once you're ready, we're going to come back up to stand and get ready for that third and final set of our lower body. Oh, let's do it. I can see the end. See the end of these squats. Let's walk it out. And here we go. Last time, drop it back. Keeping those feet nice and flat on the ground all times. I may be able to take it a tiny bit lower than that first time, now that we're all nice and warm. All right, we're about halfway there. Let's try and get 5 more. And last 3, 2, and staying low on this final one. We're at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on up, those squats are finished. Let's walk it out. I'm gonna catch my breath. And when you're ready, once again, 4 times, taking it over, drive up, and press up tall to that ceiling. Everyone else, maybe you're outside today, enjoying the nice weather. A little outdoor backyard workout would be fantastic. Last time. And let's switch it over, opposite side. When you're ready, drop it down and press it up. Last 2. And 1. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Worst part. Let's get our cardio. Last one of this round. I'm gonna find a nice even number. Anyone who takes this class regularly knows I'm really bad at math. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. We can hop or step, whatever you got left for this last one. Last time we got to do these punch jacks. Honestly surprised I've never gotten a complaint from my downstairs neighbors after these ones. Great job, guys. Almost there. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Give those legs a shake. I'm gonna catch my breath before we head down. And let's take it down onto our mat one final time. Okay, when you're ready, let's drive those hips up nice and tall, little squeeze and lower. Remember your breathing. Now it's very easy to forget once we get in the zone here. A nice big exhale as we raise, inhale as we relax back down. We are halfway there if our goal is 10. The last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, last little squeeze. I know my glutes are shaking. And relax. Awesome job, everybody. That round is finished. Take a quick break, grab yourself some water, catch your breath. We're gonna switch it up now and head into some more upper body focused exercises. So those legs get a nice break. Whew. If you can, try and keep yourself moving a tiny bit during this break, just so we keep the blood and everything flowing through, keep those muscles active. All right. So heading into the second round, we're going to start off first with some rows. Work a little bit of back today. So grabbing a hold of our weights, We're going to hold them so that our palms are facing forward. Bringing our feet to about a hip width distance apart. I want you to keep just a slight bend in the knees. And we're going to try and keep our back nice and flat. So if you notice you have a little bit of kind of an arch happening in the lower back, I want you to just tuck your hips under slightly, so that way we have more flat, so that way when we bend forward here, we're not loading up any pressure on that lower back. So once we feel nice and secure, that core is feeling good, we're going to hinge our body forward. So those hips are going to come back, chest is going to come forward down towards the floor. We're going to relax our shoulders so they're down away from the ears. I want you to bring it until you're roughly about 45 degrees. And from here, we're going to release those dumbbells down, keeping our elbows nice and close to the body. We're going to drive our elbows straight back, squeezing our shoulder blades together as we do, and then lower back down. Up and squeeze, and lower. Now, as we come back, we want to make sure we're kind of drawing it back towards the hips here. We're not coming straight up. I'm driving it back in line with the hips and lower. We can do this exact same movement without the weights as well. We're still just looking really for that shoulder blade squeeze. So let's get set. We're going to come up for about 10 reps. So bringing our feet hip width, let's hinge forward. And when you're ready, coming up for that first one, squeeze those shoulder blades and lower back down. Exhale, raise. Inhale, lower. Now this is one I will have you look down on the floor too, unless you just have to quickly check form. We want to just keep our gaze nice and neutral, looking down here instead of straining our neck up. Once again, just keep those elbows close to the body. You should almost be rubbing against your ribs on the way up. Here we go, halfway. Now for this movement too, if we're starting to go for a feel, we're feeling that lower back, start to load up a bit. Come on up, tuck those hips under once again, and make sure our hips are coming back and we're not folding forward at the back. And everything nice and neutral. All right, hit 10 there. Let's head into a little bit of biceps and shoulders next. So once again, I want you to grab the weights, or if we're going no weights, just placing our hands in front of us. Palms are going to be facing in towards each other. We're going to start off with what we call a hammer curl. So that's exactly how I want you to be holding the dumbbell, just as if you have a hammer in here. Now, when you're ready, once again, relax those shoulders down. We're going to squeeze our biceps, drawing those weights up towards our shoulders. And then from here at the top, we're going to press straight up towards the ceiling. Nice and controlled, lower back down to the shoulders and curl back down. All right, so we're going to come in for 8 reps of these. So a curl and a press together are going to be considered one. Once again, make any adjustments your body needs today. Whatever feels good. You want to do more? You want to do less? You know your body best. Let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Squeeze all the way up and pressing nice and tall. Good job, everyone. Going back straight into shoulders can be a little tiring. You guys are doing fantastic. Let's try and get last 3, 2, and last 1. Fantastic. We're doing 8. We're good there. You're finishing up those last couple. Go for it. We're going to head in to, unfortunately, our cardio portion of this one. So we're going to have a couple different options here. Now, option 1, we're going to take it down onto our mat for some mountain climbers, everybody's favorite. So if we're coming down onto the mat, we're going to stack our arms so that shoulders, elbows, wrists are all in a nice straight line with each other. We're going to come up onto the toes into this high plank position. So we're making sure we've got a nice wide base at the feet and making sure that our hips are staying in a nice straight line as much as possible so that we don't have this motion or this motion happening. Now from here, we're going to draw one knee in towards the chest, return it back, bring in the opposite knee and back. Now you can play around with the speed. Obviously, the faster we go, the harder it's going to be. If that's a little tough on the wrist to take it all the way down to the floor, we can also use a piece of furniture to help us. So if you have a desk, a sturdy chair, I do not personally recommend a folding chair. I just can't use my desk right now as you guys are up on it. But if you have a nice sturdy chair, your desk, a table, anything like that, we can also place our hands on top of there and walk our feet out, once again coming into that high plank position, and we can draw the knees in from here. All right, so take a second, get set up. Just like our punch jacks, we're gonna go for 30 seconds. Do you can break that up into like 10 seconds on, a couple seconds off, and repeat. Whatever works for you, as long as we're moving. Here we go, let's get set in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 30 seconds for our mountain climbers. Really try to draw those knees in and making sure as we're moving, we're not letting those hips start to creep up. So maintaining that nice straight back as much as possible. Imagine you have a string on your belly button being pulled up towards your spine. That's going to help keep your core engaged. Awesome job, guys. Keep going. I'm going to check our time. Here we go. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic job. Okay, take a quick breather. We're going to finish off with a little bit of core. So you can stay down either on your mat or using your chair or desk. Hold down the straight both. And we're going to finish up with some plank shoulder taps today. So once again, getting into that exact same setup as our mountain climber, coming into our high plank. Once we feel nice and sturdy, we're going to very gently shift our weight, raising one hand up. So it's tapping the opposite shoulder. Place it down, shift over to the other side. Tap and release. The whole time we're keeping that spine nice and neutral and making sure that as we transition our weight side to side, we're not doing one of these. We're not opening up to the side. We're keeping our hips nice and square to the floor. Exact same thing if we want to use our chair. So getting into that same setup as our mountain climbers and shifting our weight, tap the shoulders and back. All right, let's get set. Once again, we're going to go for 30 seconds. Keep everything nice and straightforward. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Walk it out and tap. The main thing here is just keeping those hips nice and steady. Maintain your breath. You know, my core shaking. I'm sure yours are too. Great job. We're almost there, guys. And last 3, 2, and 1. Okay, crush that first set. So we're going to cycle through those 2 more times, just like our first round. So as a reminder, starting off with those rows, going into our curl and press, down to the floor for our mountain climbers, and finishing off with our core with those plank taps. So let's do it, getting right into it with our rows. All right, as a reminder, palms are going to be facing forward. Let's hinge and squeeze it back, drawing it back towards the hips and lower. Exhale up, inhale, relax. Right here is 5, 5 down, 5 left. We have 10 for our target once again. And 3, 2, and last one. Come on up to standing, bring those hips forward, grabbing hold of our dumbbells just like a hammer, and let's go right into it. Curl up and press for 1. Good job. My shoulders are starting to get a little shaky. That's okay. That's what we need for a Monday. You a good Monday sweat. All right, let's try and go for just a few more. Go last 2. And final time. Great job. Okay, let's take it down either to the floor or over to your desk. And for those evil mountain climbers, here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 30 seconds. So again, find a speed that works well for you, that you can still maintain that nice flat back. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pick up the pace. Great job. Keep it going. Keep it going. Let's see where we're at. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release those arms, a quick little shake, and let's head right into those taps. So once again, we can stay on the floor or stay with our furniture. Let's do it. 30 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Keep everything nice and flat. And we are over halfway there. We've got 10 seconds left. See if you can try and get at least one more on each side. And 3, 2, and 1. All right, this is it. Last set. Grab a quick drink of water if you need. Let's grab our weights one more time. And when you're ready, hinge it forward and squeeze. Really try and draw those shoulder blades in towards the spine and relax. You guys are on the home stretch. This is the last set of the whole workout. Crushing it on our Monday. Let's try and get 5 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Come on up, hips forward to standing. Grab a hold of those hammers. Get the sweat those dripping off my nose there. And let's do it. Curling up and press. We just got 8 reps here. That's our general goal. Maybe you want to push that to 10 for the last set. I will leave that in your hands. Last 4, 3, 2, and final time. And you are done with those. Let's break it down. Last time for the mountain climbers. Let's get set in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Really draw those knees in. Last time. The last little cardio burst for the whole workout. Great job, guys. Keep pushing, keep pushing. We are almost there. We've got 10 seconds left. and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish for the mountain climbers. And let's finish strong with our plank today. Here we go. Once again, 30 seconds. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. This is it. Whatever you've got left. You're like me, all of your hair is sticking to the side of your face right now with sweat. Thank God that like slicked back look is in right now. I'm rocking that until I can sneak away for a shower. All right, last little bit. Here we go. We got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All finished. You guys absolutely crushed it. Whew, let's do a nice little stretch before we head out for today. I'm gonna take some nice deep breaths. Start to bring that heart rate back down. And let's bring one arm straight across the chest here. You can rotate your wrist if you want and get a little sore from those mountain climbers and planks. And just keep breathing. Most important. Let's switch on over to the other side. Okay, relaxing those arms. We're going to bring them straight out in front of us now. Try and pull those shoulder blades apart. If you want, you can round out your back a bit by drawing your chin in towards your chest. Try and release those shoulder blades a little bit. And release those arms down. Let's bring one foot out in front of us. Bring our toes up to the ceiling. And then once again, hinging forward at the hips. Let's reach down towards wherever's comfortable. That's placing your hand on the shin, on the ankle. If you're really stretching, you can make it all the way down to the toes. Just want to feel that little stretch behind the legs. And shifting side, switch it up. No matter what I do, I always end up with sweat going right in my eye during these classes. Nice little extra burn today. It wasn't intended. Great job. And let's finish up with those hips so they don't get tight on us. So walk our feet up to about shoulder width. I want you to come down to a nice low squat, and low squat to wherever is comfortable. And just shifting our weight around side to side, front to back. Just keeping those hips nice and loose. All right. When you're ready, come on up to standing. Take your time, give everything a little shake. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. I hope everyone had a nice sweaty workout with me. I'm going to throw that QR code back up on the screen if anyone wants to do that feedback form to be entered for a prize. And otherwise, our next event will be Thursday in All Levels HIIT class, and we hope to see you there. Bye, everyone.